The silence of deep space is a myth. You know this better than anyone. From your chair at Deep Space Station Epsilon, you are the only soul for 1 billion kilometers. The station hums around you. Life support breathes a steady rhythm. The recycler gurgles like a distant stream. These are the sounds of your life, the quiet chorus of survival. For 3 years, you have been the watcher. Your job is to listen to the void, to catalog the whispers of dying stars, to chart the slow waltz of rogue planets. It is a job defined by its magnificent boredom. And you were, until this moment, magnificently bored. The alert is not loud. It is a soft, insistent chime. A sound you have only heard in simulations. It cuts through the station's hum like a shard of glass. You sit up straight, your heart suddenly pounding a frantic beat against your ribs. On the main screen, a single vector appears. A signal. It is broadcasting from grid sector 94B, the cauldron. A patch of space so empty it defies all our models of the universe. It should contain nothing. Not dust, not radiation, not even the faintest echoes of the Big Bang. It is a hole in reality, and something inside it is calling out. Your fingers fly across the console. You run the standard diagnostics, expecting an error. A sensor ghost, a trick of gravity lensing. The system runs its checks, its green lights blinking with infuriating calm. The result comes back. Signal integrity is 100%. It is real. It is focused. And it is deliberate. A chill that has nothing to do with the station's temperature crawls up your spine. Something is in the empty place, something that wants to be found. You lean forward, eyes locked on the screen. The quiet chorus of your station has stopped. Now, there is only the signal and the sound of your own breathing. The signal's architecture is unlike anything you have seen. It has layers, hundreds of them. You peel them back one by one, your pulse matching the decryption program's steady pulse. The outer layers are modern, standard galactic protocols. But as you dig deeper, the code gets older. It regresses through time. You bypass security measures that were obsolete when your grandparents were born. You unravel encryption that belongs in a museum of digital archaeology. It takes hours. Finally, you reach the core. A simple, uncompressed audio file. A human voice. The voice is clear, though tinged with the static of ages. It is a man's voice. Calm, steady, and filled with a weariness that transcends time. This is the final testament of the Rogue Astrogator, he says. The name hits you like a physical blow. The Rogue Astrogator. He was a legend from the Academy history books. A brilliant navigator from the early expansion. A man who flew a tiny scout ship into uncharted territory and simply vanished 3 centuries ago. Most historians considered him a myth. A cautionary tale about the dangers of flying too far from home. But the voice is real, and it is broadcasting on a loop. I have reached the center, the voice continues. I have seen the truth. My final heading is logged. Follow it. Find what I have found. Then the message repeats, over and over. A ghost calling from a place that does not exist. A dead man pointing the way into an even deeper darkness. You play it again, listening to the cadence of his words. This is not the message of a madman. It is the final report of a professional. And you are the first person to hear it in 300 years. Fleet Command must be notified. You know they will not ignore a legend who has returned from the grave. You transmit the Astrogator's data packet to Fleet Command. The wait for their reply is agonizing. You stare at the signal's origin point on your star map. The Astrogator's path is now plotted there. A single, unwavering line. It cuts straight from the edge of the galaxy to the heart of the cauldron. But the cauldron is just the antechamber. His final destination is a place marked on every star chart with a skull and crossbones. A place whispered about in hushed tones by veteran pilots. The Chasm of Worlds. It is a gravitational anomaly of terrifying power. A rip in the fabric of space-time. Dozens of probes have been sent to study it over the centuries. None have ever come back, not even a final signal. The chasm's tides are too strong. They pull ships apart atom by atom. The star science behind it is purely theoretical. Some think it is a failed star. Others believe it is a scar left over from the universe's creation. Whatever it is, nothing that enters has ever been known to leave. And that is where the Rogue Astrogator went. Your console chimes again. It is a reply from Fleet Command. But another message arrives at the exact same moment. It overrides your system with an authority you have never seen before. A new window fills your screen. A symbol appears. 2 interlocking silver rings. The emblem of the Elder, Xylos, race. Your blood runs cold. The Xylos rarely communicate with younger races. They are beings of immense age and power. They observe. They judge. But they do not interfere. Until now. The message is text only. Cold. Imperative. No room for negotiation. Humanity will proceed no further, it reads. The region you call the Chasm of Worlds is forbidden. This is a matter of ancient treaty. Your interest in this sector ends now. Cease your investigation. Turn back. There will be no second warning. The message vanishes as quickly as it appeared. An elder race has just drawn a line in the sand. An ancient treaty? You have never heard of such a thing. No one has. This only deepens the mystery. The Xylos are not just warning you away from a natural danger. They are protecting something. Before you can even process the Xylos threat, the official orders from Fleet Command arrive. They are short and to the point. The Xylos' communication has been noted and dismissed. Their authority does not extend to human exploration. Your new mission is to investigate the source of the Astrogator's signal. You are authorized to use the stealth vessel Stiletto. Proceed to the Chasm of Worlds immediately. Find the source. No matter the cost. You read the orders twice. Dismissed? Fleet Command just brushed off a direct order from the most powerful race in the galaxy. It is an act of breathtaking arrogance, or breathtaking confidence. You are caught in the middle. Defy the Xylos, and you risk a war with a species that could wipe out humanity without a second thought. Defy Fleet Command, and your career is over. You would be branded a coward. But the choice is not really a choice at all. You are a soldier. You follow orders. You walk to the docking bay where the Stiletto waits. It is a sleek, black ship, more shadow than metal. Its hull is designed to absorb sensor pings to make it all but invisible. It is the perfect ship for a mission into a place you are not supposed to be. As you strap yourself into the pilot's chair, you can't help but think you are about to knock on the devil's door. And you are doing it in a ship he cannot even see. The journey to the chasm's edge takes 3 days. 3 days of watching the stars grow thin and sparse. The Stiletto glides through the void, a silent knife cutting through black silk. The cauldron is behind you now. You are approaching the threshold. The view screen shows a terrifying absence of light ahead. It is not just blackness. It is a crushing, absolute emptiness. It looks like a patch of the universe has been surgically removed. The ship's sensors begin to flicker. Gravitational readings are off the charts. They are nonsensical, impossible. You take a deep breath and push the throttle forward. The Stiletto crosses the invisible line, the threshold. The effect is immediate and deeply unsettling. The stars behind you do not just recede, they seem to bend. They warp around the edges of the chasm, as if light itself is afraid to enter. The ship groans under the strain of sudden, shifting gravity. Alarms flash on your console. You ignore them? You are flying manually now. The ship's computer cannot navigate this. It cannot comprehend the physics of this place. The silence is the most profound you have ever known. The comforting hum of the engines is still there. But the background radiation of the universe, the faint hiss you have lived with your entire life, is gone. It has been silenced, erased. You feel a pressure in your head, a sense of immense weight. It is like being at the bottom of an ocean 1,000,000 miles deep. You are completely alone, cut off from everything. A single mote of dust falling into a place that swallows galaxies. And you push deeper still, following the ghost of a man who died 3 centuries ago. You have been flying through the oppressive darkness for hours. The strain is immense. Every muscle in your body is tense, fighting the phantom pressures on the hull. You are starting to think the Astrogator's signal was a final, cruel joke. That the chasm is just as empty and deadly as the legends say. Then your forward sensors pick something up. A single, faint, metallic signature. Then another, and another. Soon, there are thousands of them. They are dead ahead, clustered together in the heart of the void. You ease the stiletto forward, your heart pounding. The sight that greets you is impossible. It is a graveyard, a fleet of derelict ships, thousands of them. They hang in the blackness, like monuments in a forgotten cemetery. They are from every race known to the galaxy, and a dozen more you cannot identify. Sleek Cathar cruisers float beside blocky Grok freighters. Crystalline vessels of the Lumina drift next to organic ships that look like petrified beasts. They are ancient, covered in a thin layer of space dust. But they are not damaged. There are no signs of battle, no blasted hulls, no weapon scars. They are pristine, perfect, as if their crews simply vanished at the same moment. They float in a perfect, silent formation, an armada of the dead. For millennia, they have waited here, untouched, unseen. This is the secret of the chasm of worlds. It is not an empty void. It is a tomb, or a museum. You pilot the stiletto through the silent fleet, awe and terror warring within you. You feel like a trespasser in a sacred place, a child who has stumbled into a city of sleeping giants. And you wonder, what could have done this? What power could command so many ships from so many different ages to come here and simply die? At the very center of the graveyard, you find it, a small ship, almost comically tiny compared to the alien dreadnoughts surrounding it. It is an old model human scout ship, a Helios class. Its hull is pitted and worn. The name is barely visible on its side. The Vagabond. This is the Astrogator's ship. His signal is strongest here. A continuous, looping broadcast from a vessel that should have lost power centuries ago. You bring the stiletto alongside it, matching its slow, silent drift. Your ship's computer interfaces with the ancient vessel's systems. The connection is surprisingly easy. The broadcast is not just a voice message. It is his final log entry, a full audio and data packet. You open it. The Astrogator's face appears on your screen. He looks tired, older than his official portraits, but his eyes are bright with a terrible clarity. "If you are seeing this," he begins, his voice the same calm tone from the broadcast, "then you have ignored the warnings. You have defied the shepherds of this place. Good. It means there is still some fight left in our species." He smiles, a sad, grim expression. You have seen the graveyard. You are wondering what happened to them. The answer is simple. They were harvested. He looks away from the camera, out at the fleet of ghost ships. The species you know as the Xylos, he says, his voice dropping to a near whisper. They are not the wise elders they pretend to be. They are not shepherds. They are farmers, and this entire galaxy is their field. They cultivate promising young races. They watch them develop star travel. They guide them subtly towards new technologies. And when a species reaches a certain point of advancement, they are culled. The truth hits you with the force of a physical impact. The revered ancient Xylos, the wise guardians of the cosmos. It is all a lie. This chasm is not a natural phenomenon. The astrogator continues. His image flickers slightly. It is a Xylos creation, a shield, a cloaking device on a scale we can barely imagine. It hides this place from the rest of the galaxy. It hides their true nature, the great filter that experts wonder about. The reason the galaxy seems so quiet. It is them. The Xylos are the great filter. He leans in close to the camera, his eyes burning with intensity. They bring the chosen races here, one by one. They shut them down. They add them to their collection, a museum of species they have deemed a potential threat to their dominance. He sighs, a sound that carries the weight of 300 years of solitude. I discovered their secret by accident. I followed one of their harvester ships here. I have spent years studying them from the shadows. I learned their patterns, their technology, and their weakness. He pauses. This signal, it was not meant for humanity. Not at first. It was bait. I tuned it to a frequency I knew the Xylos could not ignore. A key to unlocking a pre-human artifact they have been searching for. I was hoping to draw in a small patrol, to test my weapon. His eyes look past the camera, as if seeing something beyond the hull of his ship. But they are here now, a whole fleet of them. They have been waiting. The trap I set for them, I think it is about to spring on me. As his last word echoes in your cockpit, it happens. A wave of energy washes over your ship. Your sensors scream. The space around the graveyard shimmers. The blackness dissolves. And you see them. An entire fleet. Hundreds of Xylos warships. They materialize from nothing, their silvery hulls gleaming in a light that seems to come from nowhere. They are arranged in a perfect geometric formation, a web of interlocking triangles and hexagons that surrounds the entire graveyard. They are vast, silent, and utterly terrifying. They were here the whole time, cloaked, waiting. The astrogator's face is still on your screen. It seems they were more cautious than I expected, he says, a wry, posthumous comment. They waited for someone else to check the bait first. That would be you. The log entry ends. The screen goes dark. You are alone, floating in the middle of a dead fleet, surrounded by the most powerful navy in the galaxy. The astrogator's signal was not a call for rescue. It was bait for his enemies. And you, brave, foolish humanity, just took it. You flew right into the heart of the spider's web. It seems Fleet Command's arrogance has a price after all, and you are the one who has to pay it. Panic is a cold fire in your veins. Your first instinct is to run, to push the stiletto's stealth drive to its absolute limit. But you know it is hopeless. They are everywhere. Their formation is perfect. There is no escape route. You are a fly caught in amber. Then you remember the astrogator's last words. I have spent years studying them. I learned their patterns, their technology, and their weakness, the data packet from his log. It is still open on your secondary screen, a torrent of complex equations and observational notes. It is your only hope. A dead man's legacy. A weapon left behind for a battle he never got to fight. You dive into the data. Your mind races, trying to make sense of 300-year-old research. The Xylos, the Astrogator explains, are a true hive mind, not just connected telepathically, but a single consciousness distributed across trillions of individuals and ships. This is the source of their power. Their coordination is absolute. Their logic is flawless. Their tactics are perfect. They cannot make a mistake. They are a single, beautiful, crystalline intelligence. And that is their flaw. They are too perfect. The Astrogator's research is clear. The Xylos' hive mind is incapable of processing true chaos, not random numbers or unpredictable battle maneuvers. They can compute those variables instantly. The chaos they cannot handle is deeper. It is the chaos of illogical, contradictory, and deeply irrational thought. The chaos of being human. They can understand love. They can understand hate. But they cannot compute loving something you hate. They can understand hope. They can understand fear. But they cannot process being terrified and hopeful at the exact same moment. Their perfect, logical minds perceive it as a system error, a paradox that cannot be resolved. A short circuit. The Astrogator had a theory, a weapon. He believed that a focused broadcast of pure human irrationality could cripple them. A psychic storm of doubt, irrational hope, self-sacrificing fear, and baseless conviction. A signal composed of the very things that make humanity so messy and unpredictable. He never had the chance to build the device. But you have the stiletto. Its communications array is one of the most powerful in the fleet. It is designed to cut through stellar interference. It can be modified, refocused, turned from a transmitter into a weapon of human doubt. You have a plan, a desperate, insane, and probably suicidal plan. But it is the only one you have. You start rerouting the ship's systems. The communications array needs more power. You divert it from the engines, from the life support, even from the stealth generator. The Xylos already know you are here. There is no point in hiding anymore. The ship's lights flicker and dim as you shunt power to the transmitter dish. You need a source for the signal. The Astrogator's data is just the theory. You need the raw, chaotic emotion itself. There is only one source available. You. You connect the ship's comm system to your own neural interface. It is a dangerous procedure, not meant for this kind of application. A feedback loop could fry your brain. But you have no choice. The system comes online. The ship is now a direct amplifier for your own consciousness, your own messy human thoughts. You close your eyes. You think about your home, the feeling of sunlight on your face. You think about your fear of the silent, cold void. You think about your illogical hope that you will somehow survive this. You think about the anger you feel at the Xylos for their deception. You think about your duty, your terror, your courage. You pour every contradictory emotion you have into the system. The love for your species, the fear of its extinction, the wild, irrational belief that a single pilot in a tiny ship can defy an empire, the deep, human doubt that whispers you are about to fail, hope and despair, courage and terror, logic and madness, all at once. A storm of pure, unadulterated humanity. On your screen, the broadcast signature transforms. It becomes a jagged, chaotic wave of pure noise. A signal that makes no sense. The ship begins to vibrate around you. The transmitter dish glows with a pale, ethereal light. You take one last breath, and you press send. The signal erupts from your ship, a silent, invisible wave of pure chaos. It washes over the Xylos fleet. For a moment, nothing happens. The perfect geometric formation holds. The silvery ships remain motionless. Your heart sinks. It failed. It was just the mad ramblings of a long-dead man. Then you see it. A flicker. A single Xylos warship at the edge of the formation trembles. Its internal lights flash erratically. Then it drifts out of position, its perfect alignment broken. A second ship follows. Then a third. It spreads through their fleet like a contagion. The psychic storm hits their hive mind like a hammer blow. Their perfect crystalline consciousness cannot process the paradox. Hope and fear, love and hate, logic and madness. It is a fatal error in their code. Their perfect formations shatter. Ships begin to fire their weapons randomly. Some target their own vessels. Others simply go dark, drifting aimlessly into the void. Their greatest strength, their flawless unity, has become their greatest vulnerability. You have shattered their glass minds. The Xylos fleet is in chaos. The organized, terrifying web has dissolved into a panicked mob. They are no longer a single, thinking entity. They are individual ships, lost and confused. Their hive mind is broken, disconnected. You watch as the once proud armada turns on itself. The psychic feedback loop you created is tearing them apart from the inside. They are experiencing the galactic equivalent of a mental breakdown. The thought is almost funny. Almost. Some of the ships begin to retreat. They shimmer and vanish, their cloaking drives activating in a desperate, disorganized flight. They are running. The great, ancient Xylos Empire, the secret masters of the galaxy, are running from a single human ship. You have not just defeated them in battle. You have done something far worse. You have unmasked them. You have shown them that their perfection is a weakness, that their flawless logic can be broken by the messy, unpredictable spirit of a younger race. You hold the secret that can check their power forever. You are no longer just a target. You are a threat. The last of the Xylos ships disappear into the void. Silence returns to the graveyard. The pressure in your head recedes. You disconnect from the comm system, slumping back in your chair, exhausted but alive. The fleet of derelict ships still floats around you, silent witnesses to what just happened. The Astrogator's ship, the Vagabond, is still there. A tiny monument to a man who saw the truth and gave you the means to fight it. You have survived. You have won. But you know this is not the end. It is the beginning. You are no longer just a watcher at a lonely outpost. Your mission has changed. You are the guardian of this place now, the keeper of the chasm. Your duty is to stand watch over this graveyard and the terrible secret it holds. You must ensure the Xylos never regain their footing, that they never again threaten the burgeoning races of the galaxy. Humanity has a new role in the cosmos now. You are not just another species reaching for the stars. You are the unpredictable variable, the chaos in the machine, the doubt in the heart of a perfect empire. You are the new watcher, and your vigil has just begun.